Welcome to step 3 with me, Sarah Tinkscross. This is the time that we are threading your machine. So you will need some thread and your bobbins. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do is wind the bobbin. So this is what your bobbin looks like, and you'll need some thread. Located on top of your machine, you'll see a bobbin winder. You can put the bobbin on there. By flicking it across, that will automatically mean that when you operate your machine with the foot pedal, it will spin the bobbin around. So that is what makes it spin around. Before we do that, you will need to pop your thread. Some of these, they spool or lift up. This one stays in this position. Put your thread on and hold it in place. Most machines have some kind of indication or image on top to show you what you're hooking the thread around before it goes over to the bobbin. That just puts the tension in, ready for when the bobbin spins around. To secure the thread onto the bobbin, so when it spins, it actually stays on and fills the reel, you'll find a little hole located at the edge, and you just put the thread through, then you hold that so you've got a long tail as you pop the bobbin into place. And then once it's on the machine, you can just hold, click it over, ready to spin. And when it starts spinning, it means that you're holding the thread. You can cut the tail off once you know that it's caught, and then allow the rest to just wind on. It will automatically stop when it gets too full, or you can stop it at any time. Snip it away when it's done, and that is your bobbin threaded and ready. Now for threading the machine. You've got your thread in place from the bobbin, and again there is some arrows to show you how the thread goes. So all the way down, and then you'll hook around and back up. All machines have this. This little hook at the top here, if it's not there, move your hand wheel. We spoke about the hand wheel in step 1. It lifts that little hook and the thread will go around and then back down. And that little kink says it goes behind at the top of the needle. Let's do this together. The thread goes down, round, up through that little hook at the top. Remember, if it's not there, turn the hand wheel and then back down again. This little kink here is a little bar above the needle to keep that thread in line, so the thread will go straight from the top of the needle down to the eye of the needle. There's an extra little hook there as well, and then the needle will be thread. So again, a little reminder, there's a bar across the top there and a little bit at the top of the needle. You need to hook the thread around those, and then it's ready to thread the needle from front to back through the eye of the needle. Some machines will have a needle threader, which you can use. This one does, but I'm just showing you by hand in case your machine doesn't. And there we go. Pull the thread carefully through, and then that will go between the forks of your presser foot and go out the back of the machine. Fitting the bobbin for your underneath thread. This is a top loader, but you may have a front loading sewing machine. You will move the accessories box, and in the front will be a little door. In that door, your bobbin will need a bobbin case. This is what it looks like, and you will need to pop the bobbin into the bobbin case. Leave a tail of thread hanging out, because that tail needs to go through that little split just there at the side of the bobbin case, just above where little screw is, and the thread needs to go underneath that flat piece of metal and just where you've got that gap in the bobbin case. You can then use that little handle on the back to pull out to guide your bobbin into the front loader of your machine. And that little handle stops the bobbin falling out, as when you release, that's when you can take the bobbin out to change. Let's get back to the top loader. Release the lid. You then got your freshly wound bobbin. Make sure that thread there is at the front. And then pop into the machine. Guide the thread just under the metal bar. I'll show a closer view of that. Once it goes in, there's a little metal edge that you make sure the thread is underneath. Thread at the back, pop the lid back on. I do find it strange that the thread is just sort of trapped, hanging out from under the door. Once both of those threads are at the back, that's the top and the bottom thread you've just popped in, turn your handle forward and that will lift the bottom thread up. So here it is that you will see on your machine. As you turn the handle, the needle goes down and it lifts the bottom thread through, and then if you just swipe your scissors across, you can see that that thread now is fully up under the machine rather than being trapped through the door. This is the same without the foot on, so you've got a closer look at what happens to that lower thread looping up from your bobbin.